Like, comment, share, man. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified what is going on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From Quebec City tonight, we've got Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. You don't want to miss out on a banger. That is a true banger. We're gonna go through the fight card. We're gonna see what these fight predictions looking like. We're gonna predict these fights tonight. We've got a three-header tonight. We got Jason Maloney, Saul Sanchez, Christian Mbelly versus Rohan Murdoch, and Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. And I've got all of the I've got all of the I've got all of the parlays. What we gonna run tonight? This is what we gonna do tonight. We've got Jason Maloney to start off the night at a Batnum weight, a WBO champion, 33 years old, 5'5", 65-inch reach, 20-2, 19 KOs. Got knocked out by Inoue, lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez, orthodox fighter. 33 years old is what I said, right? Saul Sanchez, um, sitting at a plus 300, 5'5", 66-inch arm reach. Also 20-2 with 12 knockouts. Orthodox fighters, but 26 years old. Now, this is the fight where I think that things could go wrong. Okay? You got a young kid who's hungry, who wants to be a world champion, has two losses already, has lost, hasn't really fought anybody. Jason Maloney will be his first big fight. Now, if out of these three fights, if out of the three fights that I'm gonna talk about today, there's gonna be a loss, I think it is gonna be in the Jason Maloney Saul Sanchez fight. I think that the odds are very much close. You got a Jason Maloney at a minus 425. You got a Saul Sanchez at a plus 300, right? With a plus 550 on a decision, and on a decision he's at a plus 800, and on a knockout he's at a plus 550. Now this is a guy who is not a knockout artist, right? This is a dude who doesn't really get too much knockouts. Out of 20 fights, he only has 12 knockouts. So the decision is at a plus 800. So that's pretty much iffy for me, right? I think that Jason Maloney minus 425 to get the knockout will be at a plus 230. I don't think he gets a knockout. Decision might be the actual outcome of that fight at a minus 120. He is the WBO champion, but I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that he does have a smaller reach, an inch less arm reach than Saul Sanchez. They're both 5'5". Saul Sanchez with a 66-inch arm reach. He's the younger fighter. If I'm looking at an upset tonight, I'm thinking that Saul Sanchez gets the upset tonight. But when I look at the knockout versus decision, that's where it gets very iffy for me. I feel like the knockout is at a plus 550 for Saul Sanchez, but he's not a knockout artist, and the decision is sitting at a plus 800, which is telling me that the decision for Maloney will probably be your best bet at a minus 120. Now, I'm going to get into the rest of these fights, but Christian Mbelly is sitting at a minus 1200, right? 1600 went up after the weigh-ins. Okay. Murdoch is sitting at a plus 800. He was at a plus 700 before the weigh-ins. So in that fight, it's telling me that Mbili is winning no matter what. Decision knockout. The knockout is sitting at a minus 300. The decision sitting at a plus 320. So Mbili's gonna win no matter what. Sitting at a minus 1600 is not the best value, but if you're gonna bet something, you're gonna have to bet the knockout if you wanna parlay. Right now, I would have Jason Maloney decision at a minus 120, and I would have Christian Mbelly for the knockout at a minus 300. Artur Beterbiev, 38 years old. Callum Smith, 33 years old. Uh, Look, this is another pretty close fight that the books think that is gonna be a super close fight. Callum Smith is sitting at a plus 320, and Artur Beterbiev is sitting at a minus 450. After the weigh-ins, Artur Beterbiev is sitting at a minus 425, and Callum Smith is sitting at a plus 310. Now, this is very key, right? Because after the weigh-in, I don't know why the sportsbooks feel like Callum Smith, after the money started getting played and people started putting money on the underdog and stuff like that, people are feeling like Callum Smith could pull this off. You're talking about a 6'3", um, 78-inch arm reach, who's 29-1 with 21 KOs in Callum Smith, which, if you're looking at that, you're looking at this, you're like, damn, Callum Smith has a very good shot of being able to beat uh Artur Beterbiev. But here's the kicker, though. Here is the kicker. Canelo Alvarez, who is a smaller fighter, beat Callum Smith, right? We already know that. Artur Beterbiev is a way bigger Canelo Alvarez. A way bigger Canelo Alvarez. So at 175 pounds, Callum Smith did look better in his fight previous to when he went up to 175 pounds. He looked way better. But what I'm looking at here is that the odds for Artur Beterbiev knockout is at a minus 220. And the decision is at a plus 500. So what am I going to take here? In the Artur Beterbiev fight, I'm taking the knockout at a minus 220. There is no way that Artur Beterbiev doesn't get his 20th knockout, of 20th win, 20th knockout. It's just got to be something super wrong. And I think that the sport books are probably making a mistake because the odds are so low. Now, Jason Maloney, if I have to pick an upset, but I don't think it's going to be an upset tonight. There is going to be no upsets. What's going on, Sergeant? What's going on, bro? Apparently, the ring is 18 by 18 ring. Yeah, there's just not going to be no upset tonight. Dog, there's not going to be no upset anywhere. If I think that it is going to be a possible upset, I am taking Saul Sanchez. I'll put him in at the plus 300 over Jason Maloney. But even at that, it's a reach. It's such a reach because the odds are telling us that, yes, it's a very, very close fight. But if I'm looking at Saul Sanchez's knockouts and stuff like that, he's 20-2 with 12 KOs. The two people that he lost to, I mean, come on. And then Jason Maloney, the two people that he lost to, I mean, he lost to Inoue, got knocked out by Inoue, and then he lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez. So these are very good competitors. But if I'm looking at this right here, and I'm saying, if I'm looking at this three head card, and I'm saying who is gonna win tonight, who's gonna be able to pull off the victory tonight over a favorite, it's gonna be Saul Sanchez. Sanchez could beat Maloney for sure, for sure. And if I'm looking at this and I'm saying, yo, who's gonna be able to beat that favorite? I'm taking Saul Sanchez to get a victory over Jason Maloney. I will not even take a knockout. I won't take a decision. I'll just get him at the plus 300 and then parlay him with Christian and Belly at a minus 1600. I mean, for the knockout, Christian and Belly for the knockout at minus 300. Artur Beterbiev for the knockout at minus 220. Those odds are going to be nice and favorable, and you could put some money on it and win some money tonight. But like I said, if I'm looking at a fight that could potentially be the fight that the underdog beats the favorite, is Saul Sanchez. He has 1 inch longer arm reach. He's 20-2, 12 KOs. They're both the same height. Jason Maloney is the WBO champion. He'll be defending that tonight. And but if I'm really gonna put my parlay, Surgeon say you got split decision Sanchez. If I'm gonna split my parlay, I mean, if I'm gonna put my real parlay in, I'm going Jason Maloney decision at a minus 120. I'm going Mbelly for knockout at a minus 300. And I'm going Artur Beterbiev knockout at a minus 220. There's no way that that's going to lose. And my next parlay is going to be, I'm going to probably put two parlays in. And it's going to be Saul Sanchez for the victory at a plus 300, and Belly for the knockout at a minus 300, and Arthur Beterbiev for the knockout at a minus 220. I think that that's gonna be the best value for your buck because, like I said, Belly is not losing tonight. I mean, it's literally gotta be a stunt. Like you literally, this is gonna be the most underdog story possible. This dude is sitting at a minus 1,600 after the weigh-ins. Before the weigh-ins, he was at a minus 1,200. There's no way you're telling me that he just went up because he looked that good in the weigh-ins. This is a 28-year-old fighter. Rohan Murdoch is a 31-year-old fighter. I think that right there, I think that honestly, Mbelli's gonna just get the knockout, and that it is what it is. Only difference is here is that Mbelli is 5'8.5", and Murdoch is 6 feet. They both have a 72-inch arm reach. So how is that gonna? I mean, the smaller fighter still has a really decent arm reach, and Belly is 25-0 with 21 KOs, and Rohan Murdoch is 27-2 with 19 KOs, and has been knocked out by Zach Parker. So I think that Mbelli is gonna go to Quebec City, Canada, get the victory, get the knockout. It's gonna be a knockout victory for Christian Mbelli. Arthur Beterbiev. Arthur Beterbiev might have the smaller reach because he has a 73-inch arm reach, and Callum Smith has a 78-inch arm reach. But I think that Arthur Beterbiev is just gonna be too much. I think that actually he's gonna knock Callum Smith out. There's no way he's gonna. I just don't see it. I don't see Callum Smith being able to. The other huge difference is that uh Arthur Beterbiev is 5'11.5", and Callum Smith is 6'3". I think that he's gonna go to his body. He's gonna take Ganelo's game plan, and he's gonna get the victory tonight. Come on, boys. I think that tonight this is gonna be the ultimate parlay right here. Jason Maloney, decision minus 120. Christian Mbelli, knockout, minus 300. Arthur Beterbiev, knockout, minus 220. Lock it in. Lock it in. I don't think it loses. I don't think that parlay loses. I don't think that parlay could lose. Now, if you're feeling a little dangerous, you want to sprinkle some money on something else, take Saul Sanchez to beat Jason Maloney, parlay him with Mbelli and Arthur Beterbiev, or take him straight up plus 300. I mean, come on, 100 gets you three. That's not bad, And I think that tonight it's gonna be a good triple header we should have. But I think the Beterbiev loves them rabbit punches. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I think that tonight he's gonna go straight to the body, bro. Dog, you got Callum Smith who's 6'3". I don't think he's gonna be able to get them rabbit punches off. Unless Callum Smith stoops down to his level. You know what I mean? If Callum Smith's game plan is to be in the pocket and crouch down like Fundora does, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. For sure. Because that's what he can't do. He can't crouch down. He can't be. He can't do that. He needs to. Yeah, exactly. He needs to box him. He needs to box Arthur Beterbiev. How long is that gonna last? I don't think it's gonna last very long, and I think that um Arthur Beterbiev is getting the knockout tonight. That's what I believe. I think that lock this in tonight, man. Jason Maloney decision minus 120. Christian Mbelli knockout minus 300. Arthur Beterbiev, knockout minus 220. Lock that shit in, man. Let's get this money because that right there is gonna be the best. That's what you're gonna have to put the bread on right there. You feeling a little dangerous? Saul Sanchez plus 300 money line. Christian Mbelli knockout minus 300. Arthur Beterbiev knockout minus 220. And if you feeling dangerous, take the decision because Saul Sanchez is not a big knockout artist. 20, 20 wins, 2 losses, 12 KOs. That's telling me he's not a big puncher. This is a Batnum weight. So he's going to throw a lot of punches tonight. But I think that ultimately, if he's going to be the world champion, it's not going to be I'm not even going to say that it's not going to be by knockout, because he could potentially need a knockout to win the fight against a guy like Jason Maloney, who is the world champion, right? We've seen it time and time before. It could very well happen. He might not even need a decision. He might need to get the knockout. But the knockout is sitting at such a good value at plus 550. You could also take that. But I'm taking Saul Sanchez at plus 300 and parlaying him with Mbelly and Artur Beterbiev. And then my real parlay is gonna be Jason Maloney decision, Mbelly KO, Artur Beterbiev KO. And that's gonna win the money tonight. And we gonna win some money tonight. But tonight, no upsets. I don't feel like in that triple header. I don't think no upset. Saul Sanchez is a good fighter, but just not. I don't think he's a great enough fighter, right? Just Jason Maloney's not a great fighter either. But he's fought better competition. I like the experience. I like the competition. He's 33 years old, where Saul Sanchez is 26 years old, and this is probably Saul Sanchez's best fight to date. You know what I'm saying? So out of 20 fights, this is the best fighter he's fought all that time, right? And he's 26 years old. I'm taking the experience of Jason Maloney. I'm taking that Jason Maloney is the world champion, so he knows what it takes, and he's fought great competition. Like I said, he's been knocked out by Inoue. He's lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez, but he's been in the ring with those guys, and he knows what those guys bring to the table. And I don't think that Saul Sanchez is gonna have enough for him tonight. So I think that Saul Sanchez, while it looks good, and I could say that might be the dark horse of the night, that is the possible upset. Don't get me wrong. Saul Sanchez could possibly be the upset of the night, because Mbelly, we kind of know that he's gonna win that fight no matter what. Arthur Beterbiev, we know he's gonna win that fight. Like, I'm 100% confident on those two. Jason Maloney, I'm not 100% confident. Yes, he does have the experience. He has fought the better fighters, but you don't know what this kid could bring to the table tonight. He's 26 years old, like I said, and it's bantamweight. Anything could happen. So he could possibly get the victory. And that's why I highlighted that, and I said that this is the possible fight for an upset. And you could bet that fight any way you want. And I don't think you lose tonight. But other than that, man, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get this money. Lock that shit in, man. And let's go. Peace.